Okay, well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our community call. I'm one of your co-hosts, Robin Blank Mascari, along with Gregory, my partner on every level. And we love getting together on Monday evenings as a community. We get to share all kinds of updates. We get to celebrate. We give you news you can use. There's a lot going on in the world of LifeWave. And tonight we have two special guests, not one, but two. And so I am here to introduce the first one, and then Gregory will introduce the second one. So I am so thrilled that was it last week, a little over a week ago, I got to meet her in person, our director of global sales. She has been with the company for a while now. When she came on board, Gregory and I gave this big exhale. She is there for us. She does so much behind the scenes and shows up for everyone so magnificently to train us, support us, to remove the obstacles. She is a joy to work with. She's filled with depth and wisdom and grace and joy. And I want to bring on Emily this evening.
Oh my gosh, Robin. Wow, that was so nice of you. What a wonderful introduction. Thank you.
Well, we love having you. Let's see, let me get this out of the way. That's really tacky. Oh my goodness. Well, you've got several things to talk about this evening that are very exciting. One is the summit, the other is the Manager Mania. So I'm going to turn things over to you because I'm so grateful that you took the time. You have so much going on and you just always say yes. And I'm so grateful. So thank you, Emily, and over to you.
Thanks, Robin. You know, you're right. It was so much fun when we got to meet recently in Denver. Not only did I get to meet Robin and Gregory, but I got to meet many of you on this team, both through the virtual component of that event and in person. And it was so much fun. For those of you that know Robin and Gregory, even just through Zoom, I'm sure not every one of you has had the opportunity to meet them in real life, but for me, it was certainly an awesome opportunity. You feel like you know someone as we connect here through Zoom and we email and we text and we talk on the phone and we build these relationships, but there is something that's so special about connecting heart to heart, spirit to spirit, and energy to energy. And meeting Robin and Gregory in real life was really special for me, as I know it is for many of you when you get the opportunity. So thank you, Robin and Gregory, for having me on your team call tonight. And I'm so excited to be with each of you tonight as well.
And for those of you, and then I'll be quiet, that got to meet Emily in person, everyone fell in love with you, Emily. They just, I mean, you melted their hearts even more than what, you know, like you said, you show up on Zoom and you get to know people, but there's nothing like being in person. And, you know, you were so there for people and you were so open, honest, transparent, and wise, and they just loved you. So I'm going to turn things over to you because I know we don't have very long and you've got wonderful things to share. So over to you.
Well, thanks, Robin. It really was such a fun experience for me. So thank you again. And you're right, I have some fun things that I get to talk about tonight. So really briefly, in case you didn't catch my live this morning, I wanted to make sure everybody knows that about an awesome promotion that we're running this week only. So for those of you that were with the company at the end of last year, we did a special promotion that we're calling Manager Mania. And it was really popular. And we had a lot of people that advanced to the rank of manager during that promotion. So with Summer Summit coming up, we said, why not do that promotion again? Get everyone excited, get everyone ready for Summer Summit, and a great opportunity to build to an event with this awesome promotion. So the way it works is all this week, from today through midnight on Sunday, I almost mixed it up and said the wrong day, you have the opportunity to earn $100 if you advance to the rank of manager for the very first time. Also, if you've personally sponsored someone who has not yet become a manager, this is an opportunity for you too, because we know that we do this together. This isn't a single activity where we're building organizations together. So if you personally sponsor someone who becomes a manager for the first time during this month, then you can earn $50. So there's no limit to how many managers you can personally sponsor for the first time this week. You can become a manager for the first time and help others to do the same thing. So take advantage of that promotion. That'll be a lot of fun. Now, Summer Summit. Summer Summit is coming, and I am personally very, very excited for this. Now, you may have seen some of the videos that Ryan and myself did. They were all about promoting what Summer Summit is, and that it's all about amplifying what's happening this year, amplifying our energy, amplifying our growth, amplifying our circle of sharing. And what Summer Summit is all about is just taking that theme even further. But you may have also realized that, we changed a few things in the last couple of weeks when it comes to Summer Summit. It's now a free event that's open to everyone. We really were looking at the numbers, and we have had over 75,000 new people join LifeWave since the beginning of the year, since Nova, which was our last opportunity where we really got to share what is LifeWave. It was the last opportunity to really, truly hear from our founder, David Schmidt. What is his vision for LifeWave? Where are we going together? Why did he start this company? And what does he see for the future? And we thought, gosh, wouldn't it be just a disservice to not take a virtual event like this and open it up to everyone? We want everyone who's been with us from the beginning and everyone that's new to have an opportunity to hear specifically from David, but also from the rest of the team. I know you've seen Ryan Anderson, our new chief sales officer, around, and he's pretty fun. Those of you that have had an opportunity to meet him, he's great. And I know the Mascaris are good friends with Ryan, and he's come on some of your calls, but he's awesome. And not everyone's had an opportunity to get to know Ryan either. And so we just thought, let's remove all barriers. Let's remove anything that would make someone say no from being a part of Summer Summit, and come hear that vision. Come hear from David. Come learn some really amazing practical, use it today things that can help you to be even more successful. Hear awesome testimonials about the product and about the business. And really, like I said, hear where we're going. What are we doing together? It's going to be awesome. So not only that, I know we've sneak peeked and we've teased a little bit about what's happening with convention, but we're going to give you a lot of details. We're going to officially open registration. We're going to have a lot of fun announcements surrounding that, and what some opportunities coming out of convention look like. So you definitely don't want to miss it. But the exciting thing is you don't need to register at all. So the links will be posted on our Facebook group. We've emailed them out. We'll continue to email them out leading up to the event so you can join. We'll be streaming it live to our Facebook group. So if you don't want to click on the Zoom link, that's okay. We want to make it really easy for you to be a part of what Summer Summit is, because it's for everyone. Now, I did share this on my live this morning, but I wanted to make sure that anyone who's registered hears this. So if you know anyone that's registered that's not on the call, maybe missed the live, if you registered for Summer Summit, we're going to take that registration that you already paid and we're going to double it. And we'll give you a free virtual registration for our convention, because convention is a dual hybrid event. It's virtual and in person. So we'll upgrade that registration. And if you still want to come in person to the convention, you can still take that doubled registration and apply it towards the actual purchase price of an in-life ticket. So we definitely want to thank you for tuning in and being a part of our events and saying, yes, I'll be there for Summer Summit. It'll be awesome. Registration is not officially open for convention yet. It will be soon. But just again, as a reminder, no registration at this point is required for Summer Summit. It's free to everyone. You just have to have the Zoom link to enter in, and you're part of it. It'll be great.
So a question from one of our participants, Emily,
Sure.
is, will the summit be recorded? And if so, how do people ask for the replay?
Oh, that's a really good question. So it'll be automatically available for replay via our Business Builder Facebook group. So if you're not part of that yet, I would suggest you join so you can either watch it there or watch the replay. And then we'll also be recording the recordings. We'll also be recording the translation that we'll be providing as well, but that won't be available until a week following. And all of the replays, including the English, will be on our YouTube channel, so you can easily share it as well. But until then, until the week's up, it'll just be in English on the Business Builder group.
Okay, and one other question is, what will the convention cost if doing it virtually?
So right now it's a $79.99 cost for the virtual convention. So that's why I was saying you basically double the cost of your registration from Summer Summit.
Beautiful.
The value, I should say, the right word.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Any other questions for Emily? She took time out of her evening to be with us. Gregory, anything you want to share?
I'll just jump in because Emily, we talked about this earlier, and I think it's anybody can attend, but the focus is really for distributors, not for prospects, not for customers, because there will be some discussion about business, I am assuming, during the Zoom.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is for members. I would say like prospects that are really focused on business might be appropriate to catch a little bit of the vision, as well as like, how do we do training? But I would say this definitely wouldn't be the right one for customers necessarily, as it's much more focused on the business side and less on product.
Great. I love that it's free. So all the barriers are down. That's so awesome.
Yep, no excuses, right? It's for everyone. And we hope this is one of our biggest and brightest events that we've ever had. I think it will be.
It's 2 hours, is that right? 2 continuous
Correct.
hours? Great.
Yep. So one thing too is, we had a lot more content that was lined up for Summer Summit. We thought, you know what, we need to make sure this content is shared on a bigger stage. Some of the messages that were being prepared for Summer Summit were just so incredible that we needed to make sure that they were on the big stage. I know that some people, even from this team, were invited to be a part of Summer Summit, and they'll now be a part of convention. So we're really looking forward to that. But 2 hours, so it won't take too much time, but it'll be an opportunity for you to really, really dig in with LifeWave and make this summer epic.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I'll see you all there, right?
Yes,
Yeah, we will. That's for sure.
I so appreciate you taking a few minutes out to be with us
problem.
this evening. That's wonderful, Emily. Thank you.
And first day of school, I think, up for you and your kids there.
Oh my gosh, yes. I can't even believe it. My daughter's in high school. It's
Oh my
crazy.
God. You
How
must
does
have
that
been a child bride.
What would a child, basically. So we'll take it. Anyway, but thanks for having me on, you guys.
Thanks so much, Emily. God
Bye.
bless.
Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Great night. Okay, well, now we're going to transition to our next special guest, and I'm going to turn things over to Gregory to do the introduction. We are thrilled about this one too. So over to you, Gregory.
Well, thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again because I know a few weeks ago, we had this amazing visionary business coach and strategist, Terry Warner, on 30 Minutes of Wisdom with us. And she's been a friend of ours for many, many years. She's a coach of coaches to some of the most successful people in our industry and out of our industry. And if you want to take your life to the next level, Terry's going to do this for us, because starting this Thursday evening, we're launching a 4-week training program with Terry, Empower Your Vision coaching, sessions. And there's still room in the inn, so to say. We were going to cap it at 100, but we're pushing through that barrier. And, how can we say no, right, Terry? I mean, this is just too good to be true. So in your newsletter, you can click to enroll. You can click to watch that 30-minute summary from 30 Minutes of Wisdom. If you want to download the flyer and push it around to some of your friends, I know we have some family members that aren't really building LifeWave that are coming to this training. So this would be appropriate for a lot of people, but it's really going to be targeted for emerging LifeWave members that want to be LifeWave leaders. And with that, Terry, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm just going to stop the screen share so you share. And I'm going to kind of bow out, and I'll come back in if you have any questions for me, but I'm just going to turn it over to you for now.
Okay, so you'll have to stop me at the right time, because I could talk about my left shoe for like 18 minutes. I have done. So
Go for it.
don't ever give us a mic. So it's so great to be here. I'm actually staying with Robin and Gregory for the last few days, and it is beautiful. And it's so lovely to just increase our relationship as well. I've known Robin and Gregory for 15 years. And I actually connected back with Robin after a couple years because she looks so great on Facebook. I said, what in the world are you doing? You look better than when I met you 15 years ago, which is true. And then she told me about, obviously, X39 and everything else. So I'm just so excited to be here. I am probably more excited more than anything in my life, other than my husband, who's sitting over here, Dave. I had to say that, of course, he's sitting there, about vision. And I think the reason I'm so excited about vision is it changed my life. Way back a few decades ago, will not share how many, I heard a man, when I was in my first direct sales company, I heard a man named Zig Ziglar, and he made a statement. And that statement changed my heart and mind, and it changed my life. He made one statement. I connected with that statement, and I created a 10-year plan where I would just be kind of a stay-at-home wife and make money from the home and all that kind of thing. I had no idea what was going to happen. Instead, my father and I ended up starting a company, and we took that as a home-based business. We took that public on NASDAQ a few years later. I had no idea what a publicly held, a publicly traded company was at the time until the offer was there. And so we never know what's ahead of us. We talk about keys to doors, how keys are important, but sometimes we disregard the small key, thinking, oh, that's a small key. But you know what? Very large doors have only a small key. Think of your car. Little tiny key opens that door, starts that vehicle, or it has to be in the car to start the vehicle now. A little key opens a big door. So connecting with the vision and the strategies is why I really believe the success of my life has taken place. And some of those same skills, those same business skills, will be trained and coached in one of the weeks coming up. So we have 4 weeks. It's empowering your vision, because I call it that because vision is the driver. Without vision, you really won't have long-term success, if any. And then the strategies come together to undergird the vision. Vision alone won't do it for you. Strategies alone won't do it for you, but you undergird those together, creating a foundation from which you can springboard. And that is the story of my success. And that is the story of success of what I have put together I have so many clients that have been involved in these calls now for about 6 years. I've been doing these calls, and we've had various people, 20 to 50, 100 people on the call. And I see and I hear so many results. So the first call is going to be about vision, how to create, connect, commit, and collaborate, create collaborative strategies around your vision. This is not only about your vision. This will first be about your vision. I'll be coaching you to reach your own vision, create your own vision. It's about the connection to your vision. Connection is more important than commitment, because if you don't have connection, what are you committing to? So we hear a lot of times we'll say, oh, that person on my team, they're just not committed. They're just not committed. Is that the truth? Or is they just not connected? It may be they have not had that conversation that connected them to the vision they've created. And then come the strategies, the commitment, the collaborative strategies. So you'll learn that on how to reach that yourself and create your vision. You'll also learn how to use those leadership visionary skills with people you sponsor, as a customer, as team, helping your team grow, asking those right questions, those very, very quality questions. Ralph Waldo Emerson said a quote that I have clung to for years, and it says, the level of the successful achievements the level of the success you achieve is directly relative to the courage of the questions you ask. Sometimes we go through things and we haven't asked the right question. And so how can we come to the right answer? We haven't asked the right question. So you will hear a lot of great questions. The sessions are recorded. It will be something you can listen to over and over. You can use those questions. And I'm telling you, what I see so much value in is blockages in our life being just disintegrated and moving past because we asked the right question. A lot of times people will have a right vision and a great vision that they're really connected with, but the same thing that's blocking this vision blocked them in the last company, blocked them in the last marriage, blocked them in the last situation. Those blockages, those patterns are something we will find a way to interrupt patterns that are self-defeating or not serving us in moving forward with one or two questions. We'll also learn about business skills, about multitasking, single tasking, about time blocking, about how to create a life of harmony while also going full steam ahead with your business, full steam ahead with your personal life, having places for all of it to come together, to be present at the highest level. You'll hear skills about that. You'll hear skills about how to interface with team, how to create a business plan with your team where they are responding to you, that you're not waiting for them to get back to you. You have created a communication pathway that is proven. So these calls are proven. We have results. We have, so many testimonials from these calls of what has happened. So they're the springboard from which you go forward to build your business and build your life. So a couple of those have been one direct seller who was at a place, I would say, like gold manager in LifeWave, really wanted to do something different in her business. I was training at her leadership meeting with 35 of the top leaders, and she was there at just the beginning area. And she hired me. I created these calls for her and several other of my direct sales clients that were getting into leadership roles had the very same challenges. I would coach them and they would give me the very same challenges every week. They each had, even though they didn't know each other. They weren't in the same company, in the same state, didn't have anything in common except for they were all in direct sales. So I worked with her. We did these calls. She had 17 people on the call. Those people all integrated the information from these calls, the very same information you're going to hear. And what happened was they all became top leaders in that company. The growth of that company was so impacted, they actually relocated their company from the West Coast to the Midwest. Part of the reason they did that, I would say probably about 50%, was the growth in that area expanded so dramatically that they adjusted business model around that. I had another situation where it was a very similar situation. This woman grew her business from 20 to 450% in 8 months. In 8 months, because her leaders were on the call with her team, they became leaders, and they all started talking the same language. They started talking about vision. When they started sponsoring around vision. When they connected with team, they started growing their business around vision. They connected to the vision around the emotional why. So what is vision? Vision is the picture you create around your emotional why, which is the purpose behind the money you're looking to make. So you have the emotional why, you have the vision, and you move forward. What are the strategies that are going to support your vision? Would it be amazing to know that you could sponsor someone with vision being the conversation, to take them into a place to be in your company with the strategies and some of these skills? Leadership is not a trait in my estimation. Leadership is a skill. You're not born knowing how to lead. Some people have a natural ability. They still need to learn skills. So one other story I want to tell you about is one of my favorite because it came from out of the blue. I had a woman I was working with. She was my client, and I did the calls for 10 of her people. I think there's around 20 of her people on the call. She came to me later and she said, everyone's growing their business, but I have a challenge. I said, what is that? And she said, I've got some people that have gone in the witness protection program. They've been part of team for me, on my team for years. They just disappeared. They're just gone. They don't return texts. They don't answer anything. They're not buying. They're just gone, like the witness protection program, And so she said, I just don't know where they're at. I don't know if they want me to contact them. I don't know what's happened. I don't know where they're at. And so we created what I call Revisit Your Vision. And it is specific questions that are very key to connecting with vision. 2 or 3 questions that when she went back to those people with that protocol of questions, each one of those 10 women, 75% of them, well, let's say just 7 because it did break one person in half. I think 7 or 8 came back into the business, reactivated, reignited their passion, and they became more profoundly connected to the leader than they had been. And they started really looking at their attitude, their actions, and what was next, and collaborative strategies. The other 2, or it could have been 3, I don't recall right now. One of them said, I love your company. I just don't want to be team. I don't want to be a rep. I don't want to buy except for now and then. And it was like, bless you. Goodbye. How can I support you? Please let me know if there's a way I can serve you. The other two decided they would just be customers, and they did not go back into team. But you know what? The powerful part of this was she found a way to communicate with people she would never have communicated with. And she found a way to create and reignite that passion and the bonding where they could move forward. And she found the information out. She knew. If she wasn't guessing anymore, are these people going to be on my team? Are they not? Should I call them? Shouldn't I? I don't want to be pushy and yada, yada, go through that whole thing. What do you do? And she found where they were. She was able to serve them where they were. And a couple of them actually started referring her quite a few customers. And I don't know yet if they came back into the business, full time or not. But finding the way to communicate and ask questions that are dynamically positioning you for success. So most of the people that continue with the program, they integrate, they have their people on the team, and they put this information together with the people they're meeting, they use it, see 20 to 450% increase over a period of some months in their business. And not only that, I have one more story I'll tell you. A lady named Mandy, you'll see her recording on our Facebook group called Empowering Your Vision. It's a private Facebook group we've put together for those of you who have decided to be a part of this call. And she needed some help in some areas, various areas. She just wanted to grow her business at first. But what happened, and you'll see that on her testimonial, is it changed how she interfaced with her husband, how she interfaced with extended family. It created communication skills she had not had before. It totally changed so much about her personal relationships, including her marriage, and just being able to communicate in ways that were dynamic and just powerful, because they create outcomes. The whole point is creating outcomes in a way that is comfortable for you, in a way that you no longer dread, oh, I wonder how I should follow up with this person, or I wonder how to have that conversation that is a sponsoring conversation. Because what I want to share with you is this one last thing. A lot of direct sellers that are fabulously successful are what you would call them reds. I call them, dominants, or I's, which are influencers. And they're great. They have one speed, go. They can charm a room like crazy, and they have one speed, go. They go and they connect and they sign up, and that's awesome. But guess what? There's another 50% of the people out there that are not I's and D's, or not reds. They're not that personality profile. So when they see you go out and you make things happen, but they're like, that's not me. I could never say that to somebody. Are you kidding? I could never do that. When they realize that they don't have the same personality you have, they don't know what you know. I would have to know so much about this product to be able to be in your team, is what I hear. However, if you had 2 or 3 questions that they could learn, that those 2 or 3 questions that were non-abrasive, non-intrusive, very kind, open-ended questions that they could use, that would be very comfortable for them, that would create the success they would love to have, what would be your willingness to learn those skills? Because that's exactly what you learn on this. So I know my time is up, because I'm seeing the other faces. So I want to look forward to see all of you, as many as you would like to. We still have room in the class. And thank you so much for the opportunity. And thank you for your trust that you would allow me to share with you these truths, these proven pathways to success. So I really thank you for that. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Terry, I can't thank you enough. And how synchronistic is it that you and Robin behind the scenes planned this little trip to come spend 3 or 4 days with us, you and Dave, and hang out with us. And we've been breaking bread. We've been having wonderful conversations and, comparing notes on leadership. And I've been involved in this industry for 33 years, and it is a rare and blessed occasion to have someone with your background and talent willing to share it with our teams for a song. I mean, for $59 for 4 weeks, you probably charge hundreds or thousands of dollars normally for this course. And I suspect that if you weren't an enthusiastic LifeWave member like us, it would be the price would be way up there.
We would be talking.
We would be talking, but I was thinking I had so many things I'd like to say. I'm not only going to say a couple. I think most people in our industry, me included, I'm weaning myself, but tend to put the cart in front of the horse. Oh, you joined. Let me show you what to do. And I don't even know why you want to do it. I have not connected, you to the vision, and I'm trying to connect you to the process. And so I can't understand why your commitment's so low, whereas this is magic. You're putting the horse in front of the cart. And so I'm encouraging everyone, and it's not whether or not you should be on this course, because everyone on this call should be on this course. But how many people are you going to have from your team? Ideally, a few from the left, a few from the right. Maybe you're brand new and just get one on the right, one on the left. But, this is going to be a true blessing for our organization and a competitive advantage. We're a little competitive as an organization. This is going to be a competitive advantage for our team. So I know, Robin, I just want to thank you for keeping the connection with you and Terry going. And maybe there's something you wanted to share before we shift gears here.
I do. And as you can tell, Gregory and I are really excited because what happens around Terry is people shift. And it's not about, working harder and creating another skill. It's about a shift in awareness and consciousness that allows things to unfold. And some of these tools and questions can literally not just change your business life, but your personal life and get you really connected with what's really important in your life. And logistically, I just want to give a little, we sent out a confirmation today, and a few of you said you didn't get the email. If you did enroll and did not get a confirmation, please reach out to me at my email, and I'll put it in the text, in the chat, because we want to make sure everyone who's enrolled, we want your name and your email, and we want to make sure everyone's included, and we get you invited to the Facebook group. So we'll get that figured out. We've been busy working on that these last several days, and we thought we had everyone, but it sounds like a few people are missing. So please send your name and email to me, and then we'll make sure that you get everything and are in the Facebook group and are connected. So with that, thank you, Terry. We've loved having you. We want to keep you being around Terry. People go through a quantum shift. It's not like doing more, it's a shift, and everything becomes easier. So let's move forward. So Gregory, back to you. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to screen share again. Let me bring this up. And because this last Saturday, we certainly had a delightful surprise. And if you weren't on our Saturday training, your homework tonight is you need to listen to Gayla and Barry Gordon's teaching on creating stories from the heart. And they know how to connect. These folks have traveled the world, seeking and sharing the wisdom of the ages. They're two-time top global enrollers in LifeWave. So they walk their talk, and this was one of the most wonderful trainings. And I really encourage everyone to plug in, watch that training. And if you want to dig a little deeper, they agreed to join us every Monday and Thursday morning. We do a chat. On Monday, it's a product chat. On Thursday, it's a business chat. And Gayla and Barry, agreed to jump in and be there with us to discuss some of the fine arts and points of storytelling. And the story is the LifeWave story, the X39 story, your story, my story. Info tells, stories sell, and they have mastered it to the point to be top enrollers. So success does leave clues. So want to invite you to take and listen to that replay. And I think if you listen to replay before Thursday morning, you'll probably be on the call with us for our morning chat on Thursday morning. So with that, Robin, the next step is you, because I think tomorrow night we have one of our doctors on with you.
Yes, and before we get there, we had a question from someone in Australia. They wanted to find out if Terry's course is available to them. And absolutely, it's available to everyone. You don't need to be there live on the Facebook group. We're going to have, like Terry mentioned, the recording and the handouts. So anyone can enter and share with us.
And there is a click-through URL that we're providing to registrants. So you'll be able to watch it on you'll listen. This is a conference call. It's not a Zoom, but there is going to be audio access via the internet. So if you're in another country, you don't have to dial into the US, and we'll make sure that it's available to everyone everywhere, either live or on a recording. Once you register, you'll have unlimited access to the 24/7 recordings and the individual worksheets that are coming out each of the 4 weeks.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so now we can get on to tomorrow night, which every Tuesday night we have our rotation of doctors. And tomorrow night we have Dr. Stuart Friedenfeld, who's an MD, and he is an embodiment of health and fitness. He's working directly with David on some studies, very exciting. And he will be our doctor for tomorrow night. He is confirmed to be with us. And then we'll move forward. And if you missed David's LifeWave Connect last week on pain management, you can see it on the Facebook Live at lifewavebusinessbuilders.com. And I believe I put the link in our Facebook group also. And it is in the newsletter. And we'll have the YouTube if you want to share it with people outside of our Facebook group. And then the story of the week. We've got a few more weeks left where we are rewarding the stories that get the greatest engagement. They get a free sleeve of X39 with some of the gifting cards to go forth and multiply. So I want to share the story tonight, and it's from Candy, and she actually has had an amazing experience, and I'm having a little challenge with my view. So let me see if I can get this better. Well, maybe I'll just read it from the newsletter here, because it's such a beautiful story. The doctors told me last year the options I have left are taking a medication that can slow down the progression of the cysts and growth, dialysis, and transplant, if ever and when my kidneys fail to function. However, according to the latest ultrasound done this month, my right and left kidneys are not enlarged. They decrease in size by 2 centimeters each. The cysts are smaller compared to the ultrasound done a year ago, and this is only 3 months use of the stem cell activation patch. How can I not be grateful that I have found and used these light therapy patches that can make me healthier? So such a wonderful story, Candy. Thank you so much for sharing that, because, you know, sharing our stories inspires us to think about other people that we want to share with and change their lives. So your patches are already in the mail on their way to you. And then this good to know, we talked about it, the Summer Summit is free. We'll make sure that link is spread far and wide. It is on the LifeWave Business Builders Facebook group. It'll be there. If you're not a member there, please become a member there. And when you become a member, go to the invite tab and invite all the people on your team, because there's lots that goes on in that group. Emily does amazing training. She's got her book club. There's updates, there's announcements, there's contests. They do giveaways. There's a lot there. And then finally, let's see, I think that is, the good to know, that was the good to know. And the summit is this coming Saturday. So
there will be no regular distributor training, obviously, because we're all going to be plugging into the Summer Summit.
There you go. So thank you, Gregory. Thank you, Emily, and special thank you to Terry. We want to keep her here, but I think she's going to be leaving us tomorrow. So it's been really inspiring to have her here, and our lives are different because of it. Anyone who gets close to this woman, their lives change. So if you're ready for that, join us. And we have a fabulous group. So congratulations to everyone. And once again, if you have enrolled and you did not get a confirmation email from us today, look in your spam before you write to me. But please reach out to me and let me know, because we want to make sure everyone is included that has joined. I think we got almost everyone, but there it looks like there may be 2 people we missed, but we're going to make sure we have everybody. Okay. I think that's it. Yes.
I think that's it. Let's call it a wrap. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.